Welcome back to the Workflows Quickstart tutorial. In part 3, we're going to run a downstream analysis on generated data from part 2. So again, starting in the Workflows tab, click on the part 3, BAM to unmapped BAM. This is a workflow that takes the output BAM from the first two parts and generates an unmapped BAM, which is yet another format. So in this case, we're going to set up the form, much like we did in part 2. Notice it's a different version. We're still running the workflow with inputs defined by the data table. The root entity type is still sample, so it's going to go to the sample where we wrote the outputs from the first two parts. We're going to select data, and notice that now that we have a set table in our workspace, we are given the option to choose an existing set. And this is convenient because what it does is if you have a particular subset of samples that you want to run again and again, this allows you to do that with just a single click. You don't have to select the samples again. So we're going to run on those two samples. And as the last time, we need to configure the inputs. So I'm going to hide the optional inputs so we only are configuring the one we need, which is the input BAM. Again, this dot, and we're going to use the BAM that we created in the last part. And go to the outputs, and let's make sure to write this to the data table by using this dot unmapped BAM and save. Notice that until we save, the Run Analysis button is not available. So click Save and Run Analysis. This will launch two analyses, Cromwell 55. And yet again, we are at the Job History tab where we are waiting for our job to process and finish. Once your workflows succeed, you'll get the check marked here. And if you go over to the Data tab, you'll see your sample table in addition to the columns that you already added has a new column, UBAM, and each of these has 3 files of unmapped BAM charts. Thanks for joining me for the Workflows Quickstart tutorial. Hope you enjoy your analysis in the cloud.